Emptiness and what is it? So consuming now, I must admit I can't make it on my own. Lasting through this darkness, it's all I can.
Welcome back to BCW. We have a very important night in store as we prepare to hear from Caden Gallows as he's going to address BCW following his TrampoMania 3 victory against NJN, becoming the second man ever in BCW to pin NJN. What is he going to say? We're going to find out in just a moment. And we will also hear from the man who lost his hardcore championship to Tommy Good at TrampoMania 3, Christian Synn, later on tonight. How is he feeling? We're going to find out. But we're going to take you back to TrampoMania 3 and show you just exactly how Caden Gallows conquered NJN. NJN would go for the spear. Caden Gallows would lift him up for that patented hang gallows and finishing maneuver. NJN tried his best to escape, but there's not much you can do when you are simply outmatched and outpowered by Caden Gallows. As you see there, Caden pinned NJN in dominant fashion in what was an incredible rematch of last year's TrampoMania. And in addition to that, we had some other headlines on TrampoMania. Mark the Mule Maverick, the brother of JC Common, has been signed to BCW. And of course, as I mentioned, Tommy Good has won the hardcore championship. We're going to see more on exactly how that happened later before Christian Synn walks out here. As now we're going to look at the controversial finish of what was an absolute banger of a TrampoMania main event as Tsunami hit Maxwell Reeves with the chain wrapped around the fist. The referee did not see it at the time, as you can see there. Tsunami hit it rather well, and he pinned Maxwell Reeves, becoming the BCW champion. But as you see there was definitely some foul play, definitely some chain usage, which should have been illegal, should have been called a DQ. But the call is irreversible. Tsunami is your BCW champion, as nobody has heard from Maxwell Reeves since TrampoMania 3. But we're going to take a look at the interview with Tsunami from after that event.
Tsunami, a historic win. How are you feeling right now as the new BCW champion?
I'm feeling fantastic. I mean, I was the match of my life, and of course I won. And I'm 3-0 against Maxwell Reeves at TrampoMania, but what's the most important is I am the champion of my company finally after 2 years. That's why I've been wearing this flag, because it's my company, now it's my championship, and I could not be happier. This is going to be a fantastic summer. It's going to be a fantastic year.
Tsunami will be here Wednesday night at 6 p.m. as we're going to continue with the 2-week model for the next foreseeable future. We just have so much going on in BCW as we prepare to get things started here. Stick around later tonight to hear from the former hardcore champion Christian Synn. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time to hear from the victorious Caden Gallows. What is he going to have to say? We're going to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to hear from Caden Gallows after his victorious TrampoMania 3 where he defeated NJN. What is Caden Gallows going to have to say? It's time to find out right here on BCW. We saw this man's ominous entrance, an incredible performance at TrampoMania 3. As now it is time to see where this man's head is at following his victory against NJN. Gallows looks very serious here. He looks very stern. He's always been stern, but I thought he'd be just a little bit more elated following his victory over NJN, who before that has only been beaten by one man.
I'm out here looking a little stern, looking content, but I'm pretty happy right now. I'm pretty happy with the direction that I've taken. Over a year ago, I suffered my first loss at TrampoMania 2 against NJN in the main event. I lost the chance to hold 2 titles at one time, the BCW Championship and the BCW Hardcore Championship. And that sucked for a while. I had a great run throughout 2024, and I mean, those who have been watching, you guys have seen everything that's transpired. Lost to Christian Synn at Scare Slam in a match that I designed myself. And then after that, it was kind of just downhill. January, I took a beating from Maxwell Reeves, came into the gridlock match, lost that. And then I wanted one more chance against Tsunami. I lost to Tsunami. And after that, you know, it seemed that there was no hope. And I had to just go back to my roots, go back to the person that was sitting haunted my brain. And whatever it took to beat that man, I let it take that. And as you guys seen, the thing that came out of me, that darkness, that's not something I wanted to do. That's something that was necessary to do, though. And if whatever is necessary, I'm going to do it. And it's times like this where I have a lot of grace and a lot of thanks. And that's going to bring me to my next point. I debuted in February of 2024, and it's been an absolute honor and privilege. And you know, at this point in my career, it's kind of like, what's next? There's been one outlier. It's been a goal of mine since I've begun, and that's to capture the BCW championship. But right now, there's no room for me to be able to do that because I'm not going to be here. I, without trying to spoil this or give anything away, have taken a great opportunity to go somewhere for a couple of months and become the best version of myself that I can be. Become the best wrestler that I can be. And it all started from here. It all started that one night that Maxwell Reeves talked to me, and me and him became friends behind the scenes, and that he invited me into this trampoline in the middle of Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And it all came from this sign right here, BCW Bensalem Championship Wrestling. I wanted to come out here and just express my gratitude because wrestling my entire life has been a dream. And if you guys have watched Tom Rice and I speak over a year ago, you guys would know that at one point in my life, football was my number one. There was always wrestling. Wrestling was always that little back pocket trick that I had that I could pull out at any time, the little party trick. And I loved it. And that's what I think truly in my heart, that's what I need to go do. And to be honest with you, I don't know when I'm going to be back. It could be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, hell, it could be a year. And that's the thing, I don't know. And I don't want to disappoint you guys. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So I'm going to give you guys a straight answer right now. I do not know when I'm going to return to Bensalem Championship Wrestling. But in the meantime, I just really wanted to express my gratitude, tell everybody how thankful I am, because without you guys, Kaden Gallows doesn't exist today. I'm very thankful to come on camera, record, no matter the hate comments, no matter what everybody's throwing at me, everybody's saying they love me, everybody's saying they hate me. I love it all, and I appreciate it so much. So, without that further ado, I'm gonna take my leave for now. I will be leaving Bensalem Championship Wrestling, and when I return, best believe it's gonna be the best goddamn return this company's ever seen, and I'm coming for the gold. I'm coming for what's mine, and I'm coming for what I've never conquered. So BCW, thank you.
Kaden Gallows making a very important statement here as we're going to wish him the best of luck on his journey as he undergoes a very important venture as he takes one last look at the BCW ring. And we don't know when this man will be back, but we can only hope for the best.
We wish Caden Gallows all the best on his journey, but it is time to hear from Christian Synn in just a moment. As at TrampoMania 3, he was soundly defeated by Tommy Good in the first ever Fatal 4-Way match in BCW. This match was full throttle, non-stop chaos the entire time, and the end was especially indicative of that, as you saw Tommy Good was hit with the end zone, then JC Comet would hit Ace Swagger with the Meteor, Christian Synn with the Sin City, then Tommy Good coming in with the last shot after JC Comet kicked out, as this would perfectly set up Tommy Good to capture the Hardcore Championship as he knocked Christian Synn's lights out with that kick to the jaw, as Tommy Good is your new reigning and defending Hardcore Champion, as it is not often that a champion is pinned in a Fatal 4-Way match to lose the title, but that was exactly the case. But Tommy Good, nevertheless, is your Hardcore Champion. But the question is, how will that make Christian Synn feel? We're about to find out, as we're going to get his first reactions after TrampoMania.
And now it's time to see Christian Synn for the first time since TrampoMania 3, where he lost the title in that Fatal 4-Way. You know, it's a little bit bitter because a lot of times in Fatal 4-Ways, the champion does not get pinned, but in his case, Christian Synn, the champion, was pinned by Tommy Good. And as we've seen, that title transferred. So what does Christian have to say? Where is he going to go after losing the Hardcore Championship? We've seen the Hardcore Championship be a prefigurement of sorts to some guys going after the BCW Championship. Is that next for Synn? We're about to find out.
Right here. This spot. That's where I lost it. And like you said, it's not often that the champ gets pinned in a fatal four-way, but that was the unfortunate thing that happened to me. It's sad, but I'm not bitter. I'm not mad at Tommy Good. I have nothing but respect for him, and I hope he feels the same way about me. And I'm not done. First, I want to congratulate Tommy Good on his win. It was a great win. He outperformed all of us. And I want to challenge him. I want him to have a rematch with me. Out of respect, nothing personal, but I want that match.
Christian Synn wants his one-on-one opportunity with Tommy Good. Perhaps it will have a different outcome.
And if that goes my way, I'll continue to be your hardcore champ, and I will defend it with everything, every day that I'm here. I will give it my all this time. I will be a real champion. Because let's be real, that bullshit I had last time wasn't great. And if I lose, I'm not done. I'm gonna strive forward, move on with my life, start new rivalries, make new friends. We'll see where that goes. But I'm not mad. It hurts, but it happens.
Christian Synn in a defeated mood, but I gotta say I respect his demeanor here. He's very calm. He's very mindful, and he is not bullshitting you at all. I see he told you exactly. He gave you two options: if he wins or if he loses, where he will go. But will Christian Synn have what it takes to defeat Tommy Good? Find out.
Christian Synn dropping a challenge for Tommy Good. Will he answer? That remains to be seen. But we will see you right back here this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern as we're going to hear from the new BCW champion Tsunami for the first time since he